Some more news that we're tracking now. Uddhav Thackeray today reached Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis' chamber to meet him and also congratulate him for his recent win. Well, those are the latest visuals that have come in with Uddhav Thackeray now meeting Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis. Remember, Uddhav Thackeray's party had to face significant electoral setback in the recently held Maharashtra polls. His party had aligned with the Congress and the NCP in Maharashtra for the assembly polls. And there you have, the former Chief Minister of Maharashtra and the newly sworn in Chief Minister of Maharashtra posing for a photograph there. All right. Well, let's also listen in to what Aaditya Thackeray had said.
आज हमारे पार्टी चीफ उद्धव ठाकरे जी ने सीएम देवेंद्र फडणवीस जी की मुलाकात की, हमारे विधानसभा के जो अध्यक्ष है राहुल नार्वेकर जी उनसे भी मुलाकात की और यही हमने किया है। एक स्टेप आगे है कि महाराष्ट्र के लिए काम करते वक्त दोनों ने पॉलिटिकल मैच्योरिटी दिखाए और महाराष्ट्र के हित का जो हो, देश के हित का जो हो, इस राज्य के हित का जो हो, उस पर काम साथ में करें। हम भले ही विरोधी पक्ष में हैं, वो सत्ताधारी पक्ष में है, ये होते हुए भी हम सारे जनता से चुन के आए हुए विधायक हैं और साथ में काम करते हुए जो हमारी सूचनाएं हैं वो सुने, कोई अच्छी बात आगे बढ़े।
My colleague Radhika also joins us on the broadcast here. Radhika, we believe it was a courtesy meet between Uddhav Thackeray and Devendra Fadnavis. What all was talked about?
That's right. It was indeed a courtesy meet as far as both the top leaders are concerned. Uddhav Thackeray meeting Devendra Fadnavis. This was a meet in which he congratulated Devendra Fadnavis over BJP's massive victory, over Mahayuti's massive victory. It is symbolic, it is important considering, the relationship they shared in the past. The fact that they were allies in the past, their friends turned foes at this point. But despite that, a courtesy meeting whereby Uddhav Thackeray as well as Aaditya Thackeray met Devendra Fadnavis. We know for a fact that there had been a lot of political churns in the last few years. Earlier, of course, both the Sena and BJP were together. In 2019, we saw that breakup, Uddhav Thackeray's bitter spat with Devendra Fadnavis, whereby he broke away from the MVA. And then, of course, we saw a lot of other churns, including Sena as well as NCP split. So in that backdrop, this is highly significant considering the bitter politics that played out over the last few years between the BJP as well as the Sena. Of course, assembly session is on in Nagpur. Today is the third day. Mahayuti's landslide victory, something that is being spoken about. Almost 39 ministers inducted into the cabinet. All this happening 3 days after this results were out. There were a lot of murmurs surrounding who will get what. We are entirely not certain about the portfolio division either. We know of the ministers who've been inducted. Of course, Chief Minister, Deputy CM posts also came out, and their induction or rather the oath-taking ceremony after much discussions and deliberations. But who is going to be the Home Minister? Who is going to look after the finance portfolio? We'll have to wait for some more time regarding that. But, in terms of what happened in Assembly, several issues were discussed, including Parbani as well as Beed issues, the violence that broke out there, a murder of Sarpanch in Beed, which is why, there was a walkout of sorts that the Congress party did as the government was being cornered in the assembly, and the opposition felt that the ruling party is not ready to address some of these issues. And EVM is another issue that is being discussed, and there were protests over EVM misuse, irregularities as far as EVMs are concerned by the opposition outside the assembly as well, and something being spoken inside the assembly session too. So in this backdrop, of course, this is an important meeting and a courtesy one as far as both Devendra Fadnavis and Uddhav Thackeray are concerned. But a lot of drama is expected as the days progress, as the session progresses in Nagpur in the coming days.
Okay, so no information yet on the portfolio allocation as you've been talking about it. The winter session started without portfolio allocation for at least 33 newly inducted ministers. Any information? When is that expected?
Well, probably in a couple of days is when we expect when the portfolio allocation will happen. We know that 39 ministers have been inducted, 19 from the BJP, close to 10 from Sena, and the rest from the NCP. And many of the leaders were also sidelined, including Chhagan Bhujbal, who is openly expressing his displeasure over being left out from a ministership position, and several within Sena and BJP also. There have been fresh faces inducted. But who is getting what, who is getting home, finance and urban development as well as PWD, that is something we will have to wait and watch out for. So more discussions and deliberations will happen in order to divide these portfolios among the ministers.